Very good job. You know what that is an example of? When we use our voices to be family, we give it all of our best, we're better together, right? So I'm going to tell you a story about being better together. But first, before I can tell the story, what do I need in my hand? I could use a book, but I got this one in my head. I need the cowtail switch, right? So I have the cowtail switch so I get to tell the next story. This is very useful because it lets you know I'm telling the story, but also if there are flies around here, I can make sure I take care of them, right? So if you see me do that, just because I want to make sure I keep my area clean. All right. This is a story of the eagles who thought they were chickens. It sounded funny to me too, but you got to hear the story. These eagles really thought they were chickens. Once, a long, long time ago, there was a great king. He was a noble king and an honorable king and a compassionate king. His people loved him. He was powerful, but he was fair. And this king ruled over a great people. They were beautiful people. They were intelligent. They were wonderful. They were artists. They were mathematicians. And at the king's right hand, perched on his throne, was a great eagle. Everybody say with me, eagle. Eagle. And as that eagle would open up her wings, she would fly and soar across the land. Everybody soar with me. And the people would look up at her and they'd say, ooh, ah. They'd say, ooh, ah. And as they saw the eagle, they would be reminded of the greatness that was within them. But one sad day, invaders came to the land. The invaders came and they fought with the king and they fought against his soldiers. And the king and his kingdom were defeated. The invaders took all of the people and put chains on them. And they put them into a boat. Big, wooden, scary-looking ship, and they stacked them one on top of the other like they were just boxes. And they captured the great eagle. They clipped her wings, and they put her into a cage. And they threw her down with the people. This was a long voyage. They call it the Middle Passage from Africa to America. It could take 4 months to get across that. Well, the eagle had only known freedom. She didn't know how to live in a cage. And one day, she died. But she had left 3 eggs behind. How many eggs did she leave behind? Count them. You got them. These are very important. And so the shipmate saw that and he said, Captain, 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 shipmate reporting, the great eagle has died. But she left 3 eggs. How many eggs did you leave? 3! And to that, the captain responded, I think he was a smoker. Well, throw the eggs in with the chicken eggs. You see, the captain knew that if he could put those eagle eggs in with the chicken eggs, it would be a symbol of how strong he was over the people he had just conquered. So finally, they made it to the Americas, and they put the eggs into the chicken yard, the chicken eggs, as well as the eagle eggs. And one day, after the sun shone on them for a long enough time, the eggs hatched. And the little baby eagles came out. It was cute, it was. And the eagles were kind of flopping around, but their heads were kind of heavy, so they were doing this. You ever see that? You might have little brothers and sisters, you got to help them out, right? But as soon as those eagles came out, the chickens looked around and they noticed, look out! These chickens ain't like us. Look out! They're dumb. Look out! They're ugly. Look out! I guess they're chickens. So the chickens laughed. You are dumb. You're ugly. You're the funniest looking chickens I've ever seen. Look at their heads, they're too big. Look at their wings, they're all out of proportion. Look at their color, they're all dark and fuzzy. Well, the little eagles heard this every single day. So they started to believe it. They started to believe that they were dumb, ugly chickens. And they learned to look down, never up. One day, a little eagle was looking up and a chicken told him, look up, what you looking up for? You're down here on the ground. Head down and don't look up. That little eagle never looked up again. Well, one day the invaders went back to Africa. And they found another great kingdom. And they conquered the kingdom. And they made slaves out of the captives. But they found another great eagle. They put the eagle in a cage, and they went over the Middle Passage.